So men's doubles is Momo 14 at the Friday with Linda Nikita. So draw, as you can see, tie up against Ellison Language, the English pair coming through. The Italians 20 who are waiting. The Indian.
Have a toss. Reaches the court.
Don't know if you've been following the case of the Israeli Misha Zilberman.
Briefly.
Yeah,
briefly.
Well, apparently the news is a visa. His match is tomorrow. So
that's good news.
yes, it is indeed. A shame for a player. French chance. Indian pair. Prolific winners in 2013, won 5 times. Some minor events they won once last year as well. The 109th, I assume, just they haven't played enough badminton to get the not being the case. They've been usurped by the Meet Ready Championships and Dewalkar together. Ratio, I mean, event in quarterfinals at the Polish Open. It's galore.
On its way. That's a more stadium.
I mean, the world rankings, you know, there was 77 places between them.
Yeah.
But that can be deceiving sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, and you know, the Russians, they have good sparring back home with the reigning European champion. Kuznetsov.
Love play. Love.
Problems with the timing in here when actually you use a big arm swing to back.
Service over. 1-0.
Yeah, nice eyes there.
2-1.
Khakimov.
India has just recently hired Khakimov of Malaysia as the new dedicated coach. A new position in Indian badminton.
Side of the game, it's very healthy. Of course, they have one of Pranaav, Kuznetsov and Sumit.
Seems to be
Comfortable.
starter power. Very, very short movement.
That's good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Service over. Service over. 7-9.
What about Russian badminton? Obviously, we're talking about and how well a bit of depth. Some.
Missy.
This will be a goal for Kuznetsov Ivanov.
I mean, in terms of numbers, you know, you'd feel right. As about India, I suppose.
Even bigger potential. Lots of academies in India and lots of television time. Even
Service over.
tier players that
a little bit of
by Chopra and Dewalkar. A lot of
4-2.
battle for the attack here. No one really wants to lift if they can avoid it.
Service over, 3-4.
Placement by Dewalkar just outside the reach of this man, Nikita. He's coming forward, trying to take the initiative. Just out of reach out. I wonder if it would be wide if he had not touched it.
Getting some joy, aren't they, like that?
Yeah, and the momentum has shifted to the pair.
Service over, 4-6.
He's playing well now, Akshay Dewalkar, really taking some responsibility for the combination. Challenging on the front court.
8-4. Nine, 4.
And they're not winning the flat rallies anymore, the Russians, or even getting an advantage out of playing flat.
Why is that? Is it something that the Indian pair have done to nullify it?
I think they've played some quite clever shots. They're perhaps a little bit more ready, and then also they get a little bit of help from the drift in the hole.
I mean,
11-4 in the
And they
ball.
push in the flat game. It comes a little bit faster towards the Russians, so they need to be extra ready.
yeah, they haven't just fought back here. I mean, they're completely on top at 11-4 up at the interval. 5 points in a row to take them to this spot, and very much look as if we're going to get a third and decisive set here.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, thank you. Play. Service for
Yeah. Struck above the waist.
service over. 5-11. Service over. 12-5.
Excellent flat
13-5.
game there from Chopra.
He's 22 now, Chopra. He was regarded a few years ago as the next big thing. as far as Indian badminton was concerned, especially doubles, but hasn't quite pushed on in the way that I think most expect it.
It's hard when you don't have any strong doubles players to spar against. I mean, now they have, as we discussed, Sumit Reddy and Manu Attri, but they're pretty much the same level as this pair. Perhaps a little bit better. That could be discussed, but anyway, there's no one to sort of drag you up to top 15. You have to walk the footsteps yourself. You have to hold the decisions, and no one is helping you get better. No one is helping you get a quicker defense because you're the best in the country.
But what will a new doubles coach bring to that?
He can't change that situation. Perhaps he can arrange some sparring with some Malaysian pairs, but depends. I mean, they're probably not going to be in the daily practice, so that remains to be seen if he can sort of be of help in that situation. For the singles players, they've had to do the same. I mean, Kashyap and Saina came players at quite an early age. So continuation is important for a country.
Service over. 8-17.
All about getting ready for the third game now, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it seems like they've given up. The Russians don't want to waste too much energy on this second game. And I can understand it, but it's also a little bit risky because they need to sort of get a feel for how are we going to tackle this situation when we change the mid-game interval in the third game. And they can be absolutely sure that the Indian pair, they've got another strategy for the first part of the third game than they came up with here in the first game, that they lost 21-17.
Service over. 19-9.
Amazing turn things have taken here. I was quite impressed by the Russians after the first game, but no, not so much.
Rally, which is
a good move there by Khakimov, but way too late here in the second game.
Do not intimidate my service. Yeah, but do not intimidate, okay? Just ask my permission, okay? Akshay, do not throw out. Play.
Nine.
Service over.
Game points for
20. Game point.
Chopra and Dewalkar.
11.
yeah, we're all set. That's about now. That's impressive. So, who's going to gain the authority? 17 to the Russians in the first, 21-11 Indians. I'm sure, what would they make of what they're saying here?
They probably expected to beat Chopra and Akshay Dewalkar. watched some video as well that just to see if there's something new in it, and they probably will notice that they became much more creative in the second game. They're going to look really close a match here in the hall before the winners here. And I have a feeling that Chopra will gosh the Russians.
Well, we see the game what they're capable of, but it was pretty emphatic, the response.
Yeah.
Final game, love all, play. One, love. Service
all across the backhand side of the Russians.
It's over. 2. Service over. 3, 2.
Courage. Okay. Russians try to inject pace in this cross-court drop, block, whatever we should call it. Totally changes the initiative in the rally. The first game a little reluctant and hesitating, Dewalkar, but he's certainly redeemed himself. Right now, the dominating player of the match.
I'm just trying to see if this develop a pattern. Obviously, they pushed ahead narrowly here.
Service over. 4, 5.
Some interesting matches. Qualifying like tomorrow. Of course, the World Championships really see all the big names arriving. It's that we see in
Service over.
they're looking on their toes right now, aren't they? The Indian pair. They look sprightly.
9, 5.
They run up points together.
Easy in inside, but good idea.
10.
There we go, 11-7. The Eden.
Interval.
After losing the first set, it wasn't Chopra and Dewalkar, but got better right now. Kuznetsov. Indian game.
Now can they, like we've seen
11-7.
Dewalkar and Chopra do?
Right. Service over. 8. It's over. 12-8. Over. 9.
A few more twists in this men's doubles affair.
There could be, because I think they've backed a little bit, the Indian pair. It's like they feel that they have to defend 7. It's not the case. End it.
Service. Service over.
These two.
Definitely.
Do not shout towards your opponent.
I like to shout. Oh, great play. Yeah, and the plan is the same for the Russians. I mean, they need to get the attack.
14.
It's 3 points, so they're still very much in it. Can they close? That's 1 point. Oh.
Not with a service fault.
Service over. 15-11.
Well left by Chopra.
Excellent coverage there.
11.
In the end, it's looking pretty comfortable, which is a bit of surprise after what we saw in the opening 15 minutes or so of this match.
Yeah, good comeback by the Indian double, and
11.
you lose the first game in a first match in an important tournament. It's not always you come back to win, can win.
Chopra are through to these World Championship, given a bit of a fright in that first game. Kuznetsov and Khakimov, but Pranaav, Chopra and Akshay, Dewalkar won the next two, 21-11, 21-11. That is worth a high five or two.
Match won by Pranaav, Chopra, and Akshay Dewalkar, 17-21, 21-11, 11.
Yeah, decisive scoreline. Three.
There's a look at the order of play then. Kento Momota, the 4th seed, up against the big towering German, almost 2 meters tall, Dieter Dorn. 4th seed against the German. Japanese against Germany. The lefty, the young 20-year-old from World Rank. That's what we will be. Company of Paul Hand, and delighted to say Jill Clark's alongside me as well. Should be a cracking match, this one, though. Japan against Germany. 4th, really explosive and unpredictable, very Lindan-like.
Yeah, match up to me. Dieter Dewalkar to practice or spot want to come up against, because he's always look, you can see as to it really is quite a difference.
Won the Open back here. One of 2 wins this year for the Japanese. Also won the Singapore Open as well. So first round in Copenhagen in the world, had a win in encounter. Only 20 years old. Just junior. That's something, isn't it?
It's remarkable, isn't it?
He is a towering giant. It's funny, we got into conversation with Stina there. It's all about speed and agility. But it's a lot to carry, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, because there is a regular player on the that's taller than Dewalkar.